on UCLA Radio. I'm here with Jazz Anderson.
What's up? Super excited to be here.
Wow, I'm happy that you are here. Where are you from?
I was born and raised in LA, actually, but I live in Houston.
Okay.
But I'm pretty much between here and Houston a lot. But I've been in LA for about a month now. It's like home.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what business are you handling in LA?
TV.
TV?
Yeah, some TV stuff. Basketball Wives.
Okay.
So I'm doing that. Then we're on a new show, too. I can't really speak too much about it, but that's coming, so I'm excited to do that. And then music. I've done a couple showcases here. I just had one called The Basement.
Okay.
And that was super dope. A lot of great talent. It was headlined by Nick Grant of Epic. And, a lot of people were in the building, so that was definitely a pleasure.
So talk to me about Basketball Wives. Go in with that experience.
Mm-hmm. Where to start? I always say, a lot of people say they've seen my sister and I on the show since we were about 14. They watched us grow up, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So now that we're older, Basketball Wives is kind of capturing more of the family life. My mom getting married, trying to have a baby.
Uh-huh.
And then, my music on the side, but I didn't want to focus so much on that because I didn't want to focus so much on that, because I think my family life is important as well. But Basketball Wives, it's always a pleasure.
Yeah. So talk to me about the challenges of growing up in front of a TV screen.
He left?
Yeah, he left. Bye. Oh.
He took my charger.
Oh. Talk to me about growing up in front of a TV screen. What's that about?
It's, it has its pros and cons to it. I always tell people that, it's a lot of commentators, spectators, in on your life. So as I said, I was on it when I was like 13, 14.
Okay.
So that was kind of hard to deal with.
Okay.
But it definitely gave me tough skin,
Mm-hmm.
And a pro to it is definitely the platform that it gives you.
Right.
Like, especially being that I am an artist, that's a great platform to have to, get my music out there. So it's definitely a lot of pros and cons to it.
So what would you do differently if you could, from being art? Do you have anything that you're like, dang, I did this on TV and I want to redo it?
No, I always think, I always think that I don't regret anything. You know what I'm saying? I say that humbly because I think everything is a lesson. Everything can be made into a lesson. So, being on Basketball Wives, not so much since I've always been a part of my mom's storyline, but I was on a show called Signed with, Rick Ross, Lenny Santiago, and The Dream, which was aired last year.
Yeah.
And, editing is crazy. So I definitely say, I played into a lot of things that I shouldn't have.
Okay.
Just being myself, but so that's a lesson. But I don't regret anything, really.
Okay. So going on that experience.
Really?
How did it come about?
Okay, so the show is basically a competition show that was with rappers and hip-hop artists, R&B singers.
Okay.
And they had reached out to me because they knew I did music. And I was like, of course, I'd love to be on it. And the show was you could get the opportunity to get signed, managed, whatever. So when I got on the show, for me, it was about the talent because I'm very passionate when it comes to rap. But for them, it was more so ratings. And that's something that, was a hard pill to swallow at first because it was like, you got to try to make me look like the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? For ratings, when I'm here to really showcase my talent, really get signed, So behind the scenes, it was all love amongst the judges, But then when it's TV time, it's like we got to make a show now.
Oh, they switched up.
I wouldn't say that the judges switched up, but the people, the production people, like, you got to say this, maybe go a little hard on her here since this is that episode. You know what I'm saying? So it's just about playing a role, I guess. And I left the experience blessed to have that exposure, but it humbled me a lot and taught me about the entertainment world.
Okay. So what did it teach you that you didn't already know, being that your family is in entertainment?
Well, with all the shows that I've been on, it was never focused on me, just on me. I've always been a part of another storyline. So for it to just be focused on me, it definitely taught me how to watch what I say.
Ooh.
I think that's a perfect way to put it because at the end of the day, I was being real. I was being honest. I said what I said, but maybe it didn't need to be said then. It could have been said differently. You know what I'm saying? So when the camera was just in my face, it was a lot of heat on me at times.
Right.
I didn't really know how to handle that. So, I kind of gave them what they wanted at certain points. So I definitely learned from that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to know about Round the Way.
Around the way, produced by Honorable C Note. He does a lot of Migos
He's
stuff.
Honorable Cena.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I had spent a lot of time in Atlanta, and I like to say when I worked with him, he's one of the producers who could really make any type of sound that I tell him. You know what I'm saying? So I heard the beat, and I was like, this is so dope. And I didn't have a sexy song that all of us as females could relate to. I didn't have that.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is the perfect one.
Yeah.
So for me, Round the Way is just about, loving hustlers, loving the boys on the block. Because I feel like at one point, every girl has liked that type of guy. And we know better. We know better. But we're still going to talk to him. Because it's just like, I just want to, we go through that little rebellious phase. And I definitely had that phase. So I just wrote it pretty much about the guys that I like. So Round the Way.
All right, this is Round the Way by Jazz Anderson.
I like niggas from round the way. Money and mattresses, don't do the same. He real nasty, but he keep me safe. I don't sit outside, but I heard that he spray. I like niggas from round the way. Money and mattresses, don't do the same. He real nasty, but he keep me safe. I don't sit outside, but I heard that he spray. He so street, but he so clean. Ball man, jeans, too much cheese. He so street, but he so clean. Ball man, jeans, too much cheese. Dope boy. He do not rock with them bro boys. He roll up, we hop in a Rolls Royce. He do not play, he keep them big toys. He got them goals in his teeth. He sibling, I watch what he eat. No 9 to 5, he stand on the block and repeat. You know he repeat like, I'm on his side, let it clear. He wet them up if they jump his ship. Hard on hoes, with me he a simp. I know he love when I bite on his lip. If he got court, I always support. He buy that shit, he jumped off the porch. That is my baby, I'll never abort. And I do not smoke, but I light up his torch. He get a stack, then he flip. Then we hit Waffle House, guess it makes sense. We took a break, but we never would end. Write him all day if he go to the pen. I call him Poppy, cause it boosts his ego. He get him C-notes and kilos. Lay up, he tryna hit like a free throw, especially if we off that brown Nino. I like niggas from round the way. Money and mattresses, don't do the same. He real nasty, but he keep me safe. I don't sit outside, but I heard that he spray. I like niggas from round the way. Money and mattresses, don't do the same. He real nasty, but he keep me safe. I don't sit outside, but I heard that he spray. He so street, but he so clean. Ball man, jeans, too much cheese. He so street, but he so clean. Ball man, jeans, too much cheese. I hit up a cell, I make it sales. Times got hard, he pull out the scale. Do it for fam, he never gon' fail. He a real one, he only got act with his shit on. He gon' eat into the milk. A nigga want the handouts, he don't ever fill out. He like it when I play tough, I like it when he play rough. He do the most, but never too much. If we gettin' money, there's no need to fuss. Got it out the mud, he never got stuck. He get to the bucks and he keep it a buck. If he fall victim, then I be the crutch. Niggas never had him down and they never pick him up. That's why I'm there for him. If he loyal, you should care for him. When he fall flat, I'm the spare for him. If he tired out, I got the air for him. He know I got his back if he ever feel like he get in front of on. And he ain't never had shit, that's why he be out stunning hard. I like niggas from round the way. Money and mattresses, don't do the same. He real nasty, but he keep me safe. I don't sit outside, but I heard that he spray. I like niggas from round the way. Money and mattresses, don't do the same. He real nasty, but he keep me safe. I don't sit outside, but I heard that he spray. He so street, but he so clean. Ball man, jeans, too much cheese. He so street, but he so clean. Ball man, jeans, too much cheese.
Wow, I really like the music video for that as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
So talk to me about your creative process.
Okay, so when it comes to my music videos in Houston, I work with this guy named Pierre. Mm-hmm. We've been like 2 years strong at the music videos. And pretty much I told him, I let him hear the song, and I was like, this is where I want to go with it. I basically just wanted to look like a bunch of hood guys on the block, and I'm kind of like the girl that they all feeling. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So It was pretty simple. We went to it went right out of my head, Market Street in Houston, you know.
Okay.
So it's always live out there, you know, Fifth Ward. So they showed me mad love. So I think that's why it came out so authentic, because we really had fun and it was cool.
Yeah. So do you always do the creative direction for your videos?
Pretty much, because when, like I always say, if I'm in the studio and I finish a song and I don't see anything visually for it,
Okay.
then let's scrap it. Because I feel like you don't just want to sell a song. You kind of want to sell a vision as well. So, and I want something to be relatable. So for me, when I'm in the studio and I leave, I sit with the song and I'm like, okay, I know what I'm going to do for the video. I know what I'm going to do for it. So yeah, that's pretty much always my creative process. I'll just play with some ideas, or I'll go off of like older videos.
Right.
You know, like I don't know, like Mary J. Blige video. Because she had one that I was supposed to imitate, but I forget what it was called. It was with Redman or Method Man, one of them. Anyway, yep.
Okay.
And they were on the rooftop.
Yeah.
I was supposed to do one like that. Yeah. So like, I'll take from like older videos that I liked and like, okay, I want to put this with this.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much my creative process.
Okay, so I want to know about who inspires you. Like you just mentioned Mary J. Who else inspires you?
No, Mary J. doesn't inspire.
Oh, she don't?
No,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
not.
I mean,
She's
creatively.
dope. Yeah, I guess you could say for that video, creatively, she did
Okay.
inspire me. But for me, I'm such a hip hop head.
Yeah.
Mary J. is dope, but I'm
Yeah.
such a hip hop head that I pull from like Kanye West, old Kanye.
Okay.
Let me make that
Clarify.
clear. Yes.
Okay.
Old Kanye. I grew up on him. Lauryn Hill, Missy Elliott. You know, just the creative. Pharrell.
Okay.
I loved Pharrell when I was growing up, and Hove. Like, how can you
Yeah.
not like Jay-Z? So it's definitely, you know, I'm so much of a hip hop head, but I think everybody that I listed, they didn't just rap.
Okay.
They brought so much more to the table. They were so innovative, whether it was what they were wearing or, you know, singing a bit, you know, melodies, because it's not just about a flow, you know, it's so much more to it now to be an artist. So I think I grew up on all of them, and I think they've helped me.
I can truly tell you're passionate about music.
Thank you. Yes, I am.
Oh, that's sweet. So where did this passion begin? You just popped out and like, I love me some music.
I've always loved poetry,
Ah.
you know, and a lot of people, they like poetry. I'm like, yes, like English class, I love to write. You know, I was one of the kids. If I did my paper, I'd be like, you need help with yours? Like, that's how it was, yeah, because I just loved English class. Funny story is I was telling the other guy out there that I actually submitted to USC for their script program, because they have one of the top ones in the country. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I know.
Where you at right
No,
now?
I'm sorry. It's all about UCLA, baby. But that's how passionate I was about
Yeah.
writing. They had one of the top in the country. I was like, I want to go to USC for writing. So, you know, a lot of people don't know that. But I also loved hip hop.
Okay.
So I always tell people, when you put, you know, stories on a beat, you become a storyteller, you become a rapper, you become an artist. So for me, no, I didn't just pop out, but I loved writing and I loved hip hop. So I just put them together and became an artist.
So what kind of rapper would you say that you are? Because there's storytelling rappers, there's mumble rappers, there's, you know, who are you in this?
For me, a lot of people tell me that I'm a storyteller or a lyricist. You know, when I was on Sign, that's what they titled me as, a lyricist. But for me, I think I'm just going to give you those bars. So I guess I can put it as a lyricist, because, let me say this, on certain songs, I'll tell a story. Then on the other songs, I'll just give you bars. Then on other songs, I'll make you think. You know what I'm saying? So all around, it's just rap in general to me. I'm going to give you those bars. I'm going to deliver.
Oh,
so,
I
yeah.
heard that. She said she gonna deliver.
I'm going to deliver.
Okay. Now, you mentioned school, and you're at UCLA right now.
Yes,
Yay, go
such a
UCLA.
beautiful campus.
Oh, thank you. But what kind of student were you?
Okay, I was a student athlete.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
What
I was
sports
a student
did you play?
I played basketball.
That's okay.
Yes. So I was in the books because we had to be, but at the same time, my mom was on the court all the time. Like, I would go to class and be like, when is practice? I'm ready to go to practice. You know, I was one of those kids, but definitely got good grades because we had to. Had to maintain a certain GPA, but overall, I was just the regular student athlete pretty much.
You were a regular student athlete?
Yeah.
No class clown?
I was
Were you
was.
quiet?
No, I was
No?
a class clown. Yeah,
Oh.
the professors would be like, "You gotta stop, you gotta stop." But I did my work, so it's not much they could really say, you know.
Right.
We're older now. You can't kick me out the classroom or like, you know. So.
Yeah. All right. So, what schools did you go to? You were just talking to me about college.
I went to Prairie View A&M University, and then I went to University of Houston.
How were those experiences?
I always say Prairie View was so fun. I love HBCUs, you know. I'm thinking about going to Howard now. But overall, I loved the experience so much. But if you're not focused, you could definitely get off track. But for me, being a student athlete, I think that's what helped me so much stay on track, is because I didn't want to not be able to play.
Yeah.
So I always did what I was supposed to. But at HBCU was one of the best decisions I ever made, honestly.
Oh, yeah. That's sweet. All right, so back to the music. I want to know about Back It Up.
Okay, so Back It Up is my song with Snooty Wild. And it kind of came about because everybody was telling me, like, you don't have a fun record. Like, you have records that put us in our feelings and, like, make us think about our man or something. But we want something that we could, when we going out with our friends, turn up. Exactly. And I'm like, you're right. Because I be at the club and I be lit, too. So, okay, I kind of want to hear myself sometimes. So, for me, Snooty had reached out. He wanted, you know, a hot female rapper in Houston. And he called on me, and I was like, oh, this is the perfect opportunity because you fire, you know what I'm saying? You've been around. People respect you. So let's just put that together. Like, you can kind of help me out as well, you know. So came about. It was produced by DJ EXO, who's really popular in Houston, and we kind of just came up with Back It Up, a fun record.
All right. Want to introduce your song?
So here's my song featuring Snooty Wild called Back It Up.
Louis, 50, pop, dripping in designer, nigga, Gucci in the bottle, bag, swag, hat, tag, little nigga, I can ass, I be poppin' tag, I'ma rack it up, I'ma stack it up, you ain't gotta fuck with it, I'ma back it up, you can hate it, you can love it, I'ma back it up, I ain't just talking, nigga, I'ma back it up.
Never gave a fuck what I hate, I gotta say. Big body beans, couldn't see you in the way. I ain't into saving money, I don't never wear a cape. Yo, nigga say I'm hard, he wanna bang like 808s. Got a Celine from overseas, it's imported. My dude be in the trap, so we treat it like a fortress. Fuck a red bottom, these Jimmy Choos cost a fortune. Got everything paid in full, I ain't never give a portion. Lot of money, lot of checks, lot of ice around my neck. Lot of bitches be upset, lot of dogs tryna fetch. I got money, I got status, he say I'm a good catch. He wanna fuck me cause I'm next.
Gucci, Louis, 50, pop, dripping in designer, nigga, Gucci in the bottle, bag, swag, hat, tag, little nigga, I can ass, I be poppin' tag, I'ma rack it up, I'ma stack it up, you ain't gotta fuck with it, I'ma back it up, you can hate it, you can love it, I'ma back it up, I ain't just talking, nigga, I'ma back it up.
Back talk, that back talk. And I got a lot of rocks on my wrist like the asphalt. I don't gotta say the most, I let the cash talk. I'm an expensive bitch, ain't no taking the tax off. I just hit the bank, that's my favorite place. Go to Chase, then I do a race in a SR8. I got cake and the juice, see you gotta concentrate. Look in the mirror, I'm the shit, no need to contemplate. I'ma always back it up. You be looking satisfied. I gotta slow it down, they say I'ma blow it back. I just threw it in the bag, nigga, fuck a price tag.
Gucci, Louis, 50, pop, dripping in designer, nigga, Gucci in the bottle, bag, swag, hat, tag, little nigga, I can ass, I be poppin' tag, I'ma rack it up, I'ma stack it up, you ain't gotta fuck with it, I'ma back it up, you can hate it, you can love it, I'ma back it up, I ain't just talking, nigga, I'ma back it up.
Stack it up, back it up, back it up, back it up. You know I'ma back it up.
Back It Up by Jazz Anderson. I heard that. All right, I want to know about your writing process. When you write these songs, how do you do it?
Really, I always say the beat is what inspires me.
Okay.
You know, because certain beats give us, you know, evoke different emotions.
Okay.
So I have to hear the beat, but pretty much wherever the beat takes me, I'll just play off of that. And I used to be one of those writers who would just write bars, like
Okay.
verses, but I noticed that doesn't make a record. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? So I like to kind of structure out the hook first, see what I want
Mm-hmm.
to talk about in the hook, something repetitive, something catchy, and then I'll build off of that. And then when I go to the verses, I'll do my flow like na 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 na,
Yeah.
you know, and then I'll fill in those words.
Okay.
Because it's about flow nowadays. You
Yeah.
can't just give a straight, the same cadence. So
Okay.
I kind of, switch it up, and then I'll just input the words.
Okay. So how have you gotten better? Like, what's changed over time?
I definitely think just my openness to be more creative. You know, when I first started, it's kind of like we get in our head because so many people are like, you're dope, and you think like, I got the like I know what to do. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? But just being in so many different writing sessions and working with so many different talented artists and
Okay.
producers, it just totally expanded my whole creative process. You know, like when I first started, I didn't care about flow. I was
Okay.
like, I'm just gonna bar you to death so that you could say like, she's a lyricist,
Yeah.
she's popping, you know. But at the end of the day, it's kind of like, do you want to be a battle rapper? Do you want to be an underground rapper? You know, which is nothing was wrong with that.
Right.
The culture is a culture. But if you want to make records, you know, it's such a different process.
Yeah.
And that's what I always say. Like everybody can play their role so well. You know, as I said, battle rapper.
Okay.
There's so many great battle rappers, but
Right.
then people say, can they make a record? You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So, and I think they can. You know, it's just being able to find that variety.
Okay.
So I think for me as an artist, it was just finding that good mix.
Good mix of music.
Yeah.
I see. So what's next for you? Where are we gonna see you next?
Definitely TV. You know,
Okay.
TV. I'm taking my talents. No, I'm playing, but I'm definitely expanding myself on TV because I think it's a great platform. So
Okay.
you know, the networks that have reaching out and gave me the platform, I'm excited.
Yeah.
You know, because then I could take that and really boost when it comes to the music.
Yeah.
And then I have a show with Lil Yachty in August
Oh,
in
really?
Atlanta. Yeah, so I'm super excited for that.
Talk to me about that. Come on, you can't just
yeah,
say it
it's
and skip over it.
It's a music festival. It's called #MusicFest, and it's so many dope like artists on it that
Okay.
are up and coming. Like I'm on it with Mahala Negra
Oh,
from
wow, okay.
Miami, Loving Hip Hop Miami. But then there's the headliner like Yachty. So
Okay.
it's gonna bring out so many different crowds, and that's why I'm excited because
Yeah.
I think when you hear my music, it's like I can cater to the 17-year-olds and then I
Mm-hmm.
can cater to the 25, 26-year-olds, you know? So I'm super excited to just be in front of a wide audience like that.
Yeah. So what's your next single? What's the next sound you're going for?
My next single is called Circles.
Okay.
And I have the video done for it and everything. It's more of a broken love story. That's how I like to put it, you know? And everybody's like, everybody that's heard is like, this song is hot, but you always make us in our feelings. I'm like, I'm sorry, you know, it's just, for me, I speak on the truth. I speak on
Okay.
experience, you
In
know.
your
so,
truth.
Yeah, so for me, that's what I was going through at that time, kind of like in a relationship where
Uh-huh.
you're just going in circles. You know you're not supposed to be together, but
Yeah.
you guys always find yourself together. So that video is supposed to be released next month.
Okay.
So I'm excited for that. It was done by the Billboard Hitmakers in Atlanta, who does a lot of like Young Thug stuff.
Okay.
So they definitely have my sound down. A little more auto-tune, a little more singing, but I definitely am giving that variety.
Okay, so talk to us about the video. Can you give us a little hint? Or
Yeah,
something?
the video is just me and a male actor. He goes by the name of Mr. Never Sit Still. He's really popular in like the LA area.
Okay.
And he's tatted up. I love tattoos.
Oh.
So I had to have him.
Uh-huh.
I was like, I want you in my video.
Yeah.
So he came through for me. It was great chemistry. And it's kind of just, you see us on our happy days, our happy moments, and then you see us like where there's tension. Because
Okay.
that's what I was really going through
Yeah.
in real life. So I wanted to show that.
Okay. Well, talk to me about your tattoos. You have a variety. You
So
say
many.
you love tattoos.
Yes. I lost count after like the 17th
Oh,
tattoo. Yeah,
17. I thought you were about to say 7. She
No,
said
17. I would. You know, I love every tattoo I have.
Yeah.
But some of them I was like, okay, I was young and just like,
Okay.
tat me up. But, you know, they all have meaning.
When
know.
did you start?
I started when I was 15 with my mom, though.
Okay.
A lot of people don't know that. We got matching tattoos on our wrists.
Oh, let me see.
Yeah, it's right here.
Aw.
Yeah. So she has the same exact one
Okay.
on her wrist. And all of my tattoos are spiritual. Like a lot of
Yeah.
them started out very spiritual.
I
like,
see on
yeah,
your
like
arm.
the Hamza hand, the
Mhm.
yin yang, you know. So I just like to say it's expression. And I always said I wish I would have learned how to draw because I might not have so many tattoos because then I could just put it in the sketchbook. But for
see.
me, it's like I want to show off how I'm feeling, my expression. You know what I'm saying? So I put it in the tattoos.
Okay. Well, this is Circles by Jazz Anderson.
apologize for being right back where we started.
Billboard Hitmakers.
It's a love cycle, but we always end up broken hearted. So I do what I want to, but do I really want you? Just cause I'm in love with you, don't mean I'm supposed to. Keep going round and round, round and round, round and round, round and round. Going in circles, all that we going through, but do I really want you? Just cause I trust you, don't mean I'm supposed to. Keep going round and round, round and round, round and round. Feel like we going round and round, round and round, round and round. I'ma go pack out my stuff. You know we fucking, we fuss. What is this love? This can't be real. When I drink, I tell you how I feel. Off the Patron, you an illusion. See you for what you not, it's confusing. I be doing the most, cause I don't know what that shit you talking about. Let's work it out. I know what it is I want. I want you right now. I can't lie. I got a new nigga that could be here right now, but I want you. I apologize for being right back where we started. It's a love cycle, but we always end up broken hearted. So I do what I want to, but do I really want you? Just cause I'm in love with you, don't mean I'm supposed to. Keep going round and round, round and round, round and round, round and round. Going in circles, all that we going through, but do I really want you? Just cause I trust you, don't mean I'm supposed to. Keep going round and round, round and round, round and round. Feel like we going round and round, round and round, round and round. Gotta be out your mind, look how you talking right now. I'ma just walk it on out, cause you keep missing the point. Now you gon' turn off your phone, I'ma lie and go say I ain't home. You need to act like you grown, and don't tell me lower my tone. Fuck that shit you talking about, let's work it out. I know what it is I want you right now. I can't lie. I got a new nigga that could be here right now, but I want you. I apologize for being right back where we started. It's a love cycle, but we always end up broken hearted. So I do what I want to, but do I really want you? Just cause I'm in love with you, don't mean I'm supposed to. Keep going round and round, round and round, round and round, round and round. Going in circles, all that we going through, but do I really want you? Just cause I trust you, don't mean I'm supposed to. Keep going round and round, round and round, round and round. Feel like we going round and round, round and round, round and round. I apologize for being right back where we started. It's a love cycle, but we always end up broken hearted. So I do what I want to, but do I really want you? Just cause I'm in love with you, don't mean I'm supposed to. Keep going round and round, round and round, round and round, round and round. Keep going round and round, round and round, round and round. Feel like we going round and round, round and round, round and round. With you.
All right, so all this relationship talk has me curious. What you doing, girl?
You know you can't ask an artist if they're in a relationship.
That's what they say. Hey, I want to know.
No, but I definitely have someone that I'm serious about.
Oh,
but
okay.
you know, it's like I'm so focused on the music as well,
Okay.
and I know it's such a cliche answer, but you know, it's crazy because it's like I'm focused on the music, but then I can use that as inspiration to make
course.
songs like Circles.
Yeah.
You know? But then I'm really going through Circles, so it was like I was stressed, but I made Circles, so it's kind of like you know, what's the pro and the con to it? But
Yeah.
I definitely, you know, am focused on the music.
Okay. So are relationships usually a source of happy music for you, good music, or where do you get your inspiration from?
For me, it's like relationships, they mostly make me want to write like a love song,
Uh-huh.
or like Circles, like the broken love story,
Yeah.
because I'm a Cancer, so I'm so
Me
emotional.
too.
Oh my
When's
God.
your birthday?
June 29th.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
it's coming up.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is.
Happy birthday.
Thank
Mine's
you.
July 5th.
Awesome. So it's like we're so emotional.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like I just want to put it in the music.
Okay.
So most of my songs are like Round the Way, or you know what I'm saying, very R&B-ish,
Yeah.
you know, because of the relationships. But
Okay. Now, I want to know about your performing. You've opened for Cardi. You opened for Travis.
Yep.
Monica.
For me, a performance is like it. I think that you always want to give a great performance because you can make a new fan. That's how I look at it. So every time I go out there, it's kind of like you need to make a new fan before
Right.
the night's over. So, I get very nervous, but I always pray before I go on stage. You know, to like, come on, don't let me forget anything. You know,
Oh.
this is what I wanted, etc. And then I just go out there and I do my thing. But I definitely think, you know, I'm very serious when it comes to performance, whether it's I have a dancer or I have my dancers or I have a band, because I love
Okay.
the live feel. I think
Yeah.
that's great. And I always want to sound how I sound on the record.
Okay.
You know, and since I am a rapper, I'm not one of those rappers who raps with the track. I think that I want the crowd to really hear my voice. So, you know, I'll have the backgrounds on the hook, but for the most part, I'm just rapping myself on the verses. So I want it to be as authentic as possible when I perform.
So when you do perform, what's important to you? Like, are you the dancing,
Right.
shaking?
See, I used to be the really hype one.
Okay.
Because I thought that would get the crowd hype.
Okay.
But then I got older and I learned, nah, that's not, just because you're jumping around, that doesn't make them
Them
jump
wanna
around.
jump
Yeah,
around.
exactly. It's like you got to connect with them.
Right.
So now I'm totally different. Like, I'm like, you know what? I'm not doing all that. I have my mic stand, got my boots on. You know what I'm saying? I'm not jumping around crazy. I'm going to just give y'all a lot of stage presence, a lot of flyness. And then if you like the song, you like it. If not, I'm going to make you like it when I perform it next time, or,
Right.
you know, when it grows on you, you know?
Right.
So just, it's about staying true to you.
Okay.
Because I'm not the dancing type. So.
No?
No.
Okay. But you can't dance?
You can't ask me that. No, I got a little moves. Like, I'm working with Brooklyn J in
Okay.
LA. He's super dope, great choreographer.
You have a little
And he
something?
teaches me little steps,
Okay.
you know, to just hit every now and then. So
Okay.
I'm getting more comfortable with that. So
Good.
Yeah.
Because I was about to talk about you.
no.
I can't dance either.
Oh, it's we the same boat.
Right. So I want to know what exactly does go into a performance. Like, what's the pregame for it? Because we see you guys and
Yeah.
we're just like, oh wow, she just popped and locked and popped.
Yeah.
So what goes into it?
It's so much that goes into it. For me, I really focus on the set list,
Okay.
and that's the songs that you want to perform and
Okay.
the order, because I think order is so important. You don't want to end on a slow song,
Right.
unless that slow song is your hit, which in some cases it could be for people. But I don't like to end on a slow song as a new artist, because you want to leave with them like, hey, yeah, she's lit, you know.
Right.
So I always come out with a song that kind of lets the audience get to know me.
Okay.
Then I get into my singles, and then I end with a hype song.
Yeah.
So I really focus on the set, and then from the set, when I have that, I'm saying, do I need dancers for any of these? Because I don't dance, so I kind of
Okay.
may want the audience to see some action.
Yeah.
So if I don't need dancers, then
Did you get acrobats?
no. I'll get a band sometimes.
Okay.
If it's that type of crowd,
Okay.
which is important too for any up and coming artists listening to this. The crowd is important. If I go do a show with a bunch of 15-year-olds, I'm not gonna have a band,
Right.
Because they don't want to see that. They
Okay.
want to see dancers. They
Right.
want to see something that gets them hype.
Right.
But then if I go do a lounge event where it's an older crowd, they're gonna enjoy the band, because
Right.
that's gonna make them feel like, okay, she really on her hip hop. You know,
Mm-hmm.
she really on her soul. You know, so it's just about the crowd too. You got to know your crowd.
Yeah. So, hypothetically
Mm-hmm.
speaking, you get millions of dollars. You could have anybody on your EP.
Uh-huh.
So who are you gonna get?
I'm gonna get
Give me like 4 people.
okay. Kanye West,
Okay.
Drake, Nicki, or Remy.
Ooh.
Or I gotta give you 5. This
Okay.
is in no order. Or this is a tough one because it's between Cole and Kendrick. So I think I'm gonna go with Cole though.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Cole.
So what type of sound do you see yourself producing? I like your inclusion of the female rappers.
Yeah, you got to. You got
Okay.
to, because they paved the way for me to, even be kind of heard. You know what I'm saying? You know, Yo-Yo's my mentor. So it's kind of like you always have to show love. And I think, you know, like Queen Latifah, UNITY, you know what I'm saying? Those were the women who, Rod Digger, you know what I'm saying? They really paved the way. MC Light, you know, so it's just important to always show love to that. But back to what you asked me. I think I can give you any sound.
Okay.
You know, like how you heard Round the Way. Round the Way doesn't sound like Circles.
Right.
But it can all go on the same EP, and you'll be like, okay, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Then you got to back it up, and then, okay, I get it. So it's just about knowing who you are as an artist and always staying true to that. So no matter what song you're on, it sounds like you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's so much conversation about female rappers these days. Where do you fit in? What are your views?
I think that for me, it's a great time because I'm not trying to sound like anybody else.
Yeah.
And I think that's what kind of keeps me in my own lane. You know, anybody who hears my music, like, okay, you don't sound like this person, that person who's already out, you know, and your voice is so distinctive. That's what I always hear. So it's kind of like if I just stay on the straight and narrow, I'll be fine because I'm not trying to get in anybody else's lane that's already out there. But I definitely would say I'm not a rapper that's big on selling sex. I always say that because I'm asked that a lot. But then again, that doesn't mean, because a lot of people have misconstrued this comment when I say it, that doesn't mean you won't see me in a two-piece. That doesn't mean you won't see me in a bralette.
Right.
I'm still a woman. You know what I'm saying? I'm 22. I'm about to be 22. So for me, I'm growing up. I'm coming into what makes me comfortable, what makes me feel sexy. So it's just like, I don't sell sex, but I'm still attractive. And I think a lot of people get, when I say it, I was like, but why are you wearing that? You can't be in a satin dress. And I'm like, why? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's just about staying true to who you are.
Okay. So I want to know also about your views on the newer rappers, this new age of hip hop, and where do you fit into that? Because that's where we're at right now.
Right. I don't think I fit into the mumble rap at all, but I will say that it's great to have variety. And I'm not gonna lie and say I listen to those artists who mumble rap.
Okay.
But it's good to have that variety in hip hop. And you know, it's so much like younger kids who are now listening to what we consider hip hop. So I mean, if they like it, okay, cool. But at the same time, you're gonna see like most of the artists with substance stick around.
Okay.
You still have your Coles, you still have your Kendricks.
Yeah.
They came in the game, 10 years ago. They're still here.
Right.
A lot of the mumble rappers you forget about after a year or two. So it's just about knowing what your goal is. I'm here for longevity. So for me, I'd rather maybe take longer to get put on than to just put out some popcorn record because it's gonna blow me up overnight.
I heard that.
Yeah.
So what's been your biggest challenge so far?
Probably my mom and TV, just for the simple fact that because my mom is on TV, people think I'm trying to ride her coattail. So they already have preconceived notions like Jazz Anderson, Tammy daughter, and then they'll hear it and be like, oh, she's talented.
Okay.
So it's kind of like just trying to avoid all of the preconceived notions about who I am as an artist, before listening to my music.
Okay.
That's my biggest challenge.
So what do you do to overcome this challenge? Like, what do you do?
Just keep putting out music, just keep putting out product that makes people like, no, she's actually good.
Yeah.
And, it's crazy because I'll be in rooms with artists that I don't even think know me. And they're like, you're Jazz. I saw your music. I saw your video. Like, keep doing it. You're dope. So, I think it's a process. That's what I tell everybody. It's not going to come overnight. So for me, it's just about putting out quality over quantity.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, I don't have an EP out. I don't have a mixtape.
Yeah.
But my name, rings bells in certain rooms. And I think that's what's important.
Okay. So when can we expect the mixtape and the EP? Speaking of it.
Oh, man.
Speaking of it.
I don't know. I'm thinking, I'm pretty much done with it. But I just want to make sure it's right. And I'm the type of person, I like to add on. Like, I'm always like, maybe I need to do this type of record. Maybe let me try this. So I always find myself in the studio. So it goes from 8 records to, 20. And I'm like, how am I going to narrow? Yeah, I'm like, so I'm thinking fall. But I don't know. I'm really not in a rush. Circles is about to drop. People really are waiting for the video for that. So I'm just excited to put that out and see what happens after that.
So are there any features on
my tape?
Yeah.
No, but there's a lot of heavy hitter producers.
Can you name them?
Yeah, Jazzy Faye.
Okay.
Honorable C Note, Billboard Hitmakers, EXO. I feel like I have another one in there. Fred on him. He does a lot of stuff in Houston for Sauce Walker and stuff. So, it's just a lot of dope producers because I think at the end of the day, the producers give you that sound you need. You know what I'm saying? I could hop on a record with a huge artist, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the song is going to be hot because, is the producer giving you what you need.
Right.
So.
All right. Well, give us your social medias.
Okay. My social media on my Instagram is Jazz Anderson, Jazz Anderson. Twitter is It's Jazz Anderson, and then my website is jazzanderson.com. But I'm always on Instagram, so just hit me up on Instagram.
And where can we hear your music?
You can hear my music on my Instagram or at jazzanderson.com. Or you could get me on Apple Music. I'm on Pandora,
on it
Spotify.
all.
Yeah, just type in Jazz Anderson and I will come up. So.
All right. Well, thank you, Jazz,
Thank
so
you
much.
for having me.
This
I
was
enjoyed
fun.
myself. Yes.
All right. Hala, Mahala, UCLA Radio, Jazz Anderson. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Here's Excellent by Princess Nokia.